My name is Mararo Wangai. I'm a Kenyan writer and a performer, and I've been in Australia for 14 years. It's going to be 14 years in March. And storytelling is a thing that I'm very passionate about. It's a thing that I believe is a very essential part of our being as humans. We're storytellers, and that's how we understand the world, and that's how we make sense of ourselves and our realities. And Black Brass is the thing that we're working on at the moment. And yeah, I don't know. Where am I going with this? Oh, I don't know. I think my mom, to be honest, because she actually took me to my first play in Nakuru, where I'm from. We went to watch this play called, I think, A Man of the People. It was called, and anyway, it really moved me. Because it was my first time seeing my mom crying over a performance, and I couldn't understand how a story could do this to her, and how a story could move someone that's so close to me in such an amazing way. And it made me curious. And my parents have always been big readers, and my sister and I have really been blessed to get that from them. It's just you can't read a good story and not want to make one yourself as well. And so I love reading and creating stories, and that's something that I feel is a part of it's just in me. It's a thing that I can't help doing. Yep. It actually came from my curiosity to want to understand why there wasn't stories that were dealing with the Black migrant experience to Australia. And the idea came to me that why not, rather than try and create a fictional story, why not interview the people who, like me, have come to call this place home, and find out from them what their experiences have been like. Because it wouldn't make sense for me to only tell my perspective. It made more sense to try and reach out to as many people as I could to try and get an understanding of how complex and how varied these experiences are. So I was lucky enough to interview 10, 11 people, and got about 20 hours worth of recorded material, and that in many ways became the foundation for Black Brass. And a story has come from these other stories that tries to tell their truths and celebrate their resilience, and get them to be celebrated on stage. Because it's a shame that in 2021 we still don't see that many stories that are dealing with the minorities in Australian society. And this is my step in that direction, and I'm hoping that this will be hopefully open other doors for other performers to try and create work that's from their own communities. Because it's not really good enough that we are only seeing the same people on stage, the same stories on stage that are coming from the same culture, if that's the word to use. If you don't see yourself on stage, if you don't see yourself in the stories, then you start believing. It creates a kind of you stop believing in yourself. You stop believing in your worthiness. Stop believing in that you have anything to offer the world. And Black Brass hopefully tries to give dignity to these voices, give a sense of worthiness to these stories, and celebrate them, because they're worth celebrating, and they're worth sharing a stage with every other piece that's equally celebrated. I think in many ways the interviews has kind of really opened, because one of the biggest things that made me want to create Black Brass was to also build the theatre-going audience, diversify the theatre-going audience as well. Because it comes back to the same thing. If you're not seeing yourself on stage, then you believe that theatre isn't for you, that only certain people go and watch plays because those plays are about them. And these interviews, in many ways, I said to them, please make sure that I'm interviewing you because I won't tell your story, but please come and see the story as well. And I feel that's kind of really generated a lot of interest in the show. And it's a show that's really trying to merge two art forms with music and storytelling. And I don't know, people who are music lovers will come and see it for that. People who are into storytelling and into theatre as a genre will come and see it for that. And hopefully these two audiences can sit beside each other and learn from each other and try to understand each other a little bit more. Because theater, I feel, is a really organic community experience. It's not like a film that finishes and everybody leaves and goes back to the reality. In most theater shows, you hang around the foyer and you have a conversation with someone and try to unpack and digest what you just saw. And I'm hoping that Black Brass, the conversation that happened after the performance, will start building bridges between communities and getting people to kind of want to know more about these experiences and hopefully live a bit more enlightened. Even though I don't think it's my job to give answers to an audience, but hopefully it can raise a curiosity, and that curiosity can lead to a bit more of an understanding or some empathy and some bridge building. People to thank. I have to thank my amazing producers, Performing Links WA, who have looked after this project and helped it and nurtured it and really helped it grow and become the thing that it is at the moment. And my fellow creative artists as well, who are my favorite, my collaborators on this piece, Matt Edgerton, Mahamudo Selimane, who's the amazing musician who I'll be joining on stage, Tim Collins, who's doing sound and doing sound, and Lucy Birkinshaw, who's doing our lighting, Zoe Atkinson, who's designing the piece, and just all the interviewees that blessed me with their truths and with their stories. Sisonke Misimang, who was able to really give us some insight into just helping this story stay true to the African experience and not try and sugarcoat it she really helped it just stay honest and true to itself. And Afif Ismail, who was the dramaturg for the piece, and this piece wouldn't be what it is without Afif, because in many ways all these stories became what they are thanks to his craftsmanship as a poet and as a writer. Who have I not thanked? And Roots TV for this amazing opportunity to be able to publicize the show, and who I hope to work with down the line as well in the amazing work that they do. And just all the amazing writers that have helped me become the writer that I am, and my amazing literature teacher from back home, whose name is Vanessa Bentley, who has inspired me to become the writer that I am. My lecturers, David Moody from Murdoch University and Martin Mohando from Murdoch University as well. And just every artist that I've had the pleasure of working with in my short life as an artist, because I feel all these bridges that I've been able to make as an artist, I've learned something each time, and I'm hoping that I'm able to leave the door open for other artists like myself to move through it and hopefully find their space to create the work that they feel that they need to make.